Dostlarım selamlar, Orbis.Ve kanalına hoş geldiniz. Dwarves'a kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Bir önceki bölümümüzde birçok köyü orklardan kurtardık. Bir kara elf öldürdük atıyla beraber. Ve anılarımızın olduğu, büyüdüğümüz evimize döndük. Ancak evimizde hiçbir dostumuzu, hiçbir sevdiğimizi bulamadık. Öldüklerine dair de bir bilgimiz yok, ancak öldüğünü söyleyen bir büyücüyle karşılaştık ve onun kafasını çıtırdattık. Ve evimizi, anılarımızı paramparça etmek zorunda kaldık, yıkmak zorunda kaldık ve orklardan kurtulduk. Bakalım
That was fun. What's next?
karşımıza başka neler çıkacak?
And the sparkle in his eyes goes out.
We are both very sorry about.
He told me. Sinthras said.
Sintoras, o kadar kendimi
You
inandırmıştım
gulp
ki.
and turn away from your friends.
Neye bastım ya? Yanlış bir tuşa bastım herhalde ya. Tahmin ediyorum sadece. Yo, iyi. Moralimiz oldukça bozuk. Bu da ne be?
That's what I call a goodly challenge. Cover me.
Not a good idea if you want to go on living, dwarf.
You've got quite a big mouth for someone who sounds like a girl.
Bu bize yardım eden elf mi, insan mı?
You are Andikai, the tempestuous, right?
Correct. And you're Tungdil, Lot Yonan's charge.
Doğrudur ve sen de Tungdil'sin. Lotyonan'dan haber var mı? Hayatta mı?
Honorable Maga, what news of Lot Yonan? Does he live?
Andikai looks at you in silence. Pain and rage slowly spreading across her face.
He is dead,
Öldü.
Tungdil.
Mayra,
Along with Myra,
Turgur ve
Turgur
Sabora ile
and
birlikte.
Sabora.
Nodon hepsini öldürdü ve
Nodon
büyücüler
killed them
konseyini de
and destroyed
yok
the
etti.
Council of Magi.
The certainty of their death is painful. It feels as though someone has just torn your insides out.
He killed their best pupils too. And now he's the unchallenged Magus in Girdlegard.
Sığınakların önünde Nodon'a saldıran sen miydin?
It was you, wasn't it, that attacked them with the lightning? Were you any more successful than we were?
Andikai shakes her head.
He defied everything I threw at him. All of my skills. In vain. I soon realized he was superior to me, but I wanted to buy you some time.
Nasıl oluyor da büyü kullanabiliyorsun diye.
Nodon's famula said that he had changed the magical fields, but you still seem to be able to use them.
Andikai smiles.
I'm not quite as benevolent as the other Magi. My god Samusin is the god of
Dengenin
balance.
tanrısı
He loves
Samusin.
the darkness as much as the light, which means I can use both. But my powers aren't unlimited. It is difficult for me to store and use this altered magic. We should avoid confrontation as much as possible.
Konseye tam olarak ne oldu? Ve
How could
sen
he
nasıl
defeat the
kurtuldun?
Council of Magi?
Nudin called us to Parista, under the guise of reinforcing the barrier against the perished land. Instead, he tricked us, took control of most of our powers and attacked us. I cut him down with my sword, but he rose again and impaled me with his staff. All I can remember after that is the sound of fighting, destruction, and cries of death.
How did you survive?
Cerun.
Cerun
Nudin had forgotten
sayesinde.
he was with me in
Nudin,
Parista.
Porista'ya
He
Cerun'la
found
geldiğimi
me,
unutmuş. Beni
tended to my
buldu.
wounds and brought me
Yaralarımı
out of
sardı
the
ve beni
city to
kent dışında
safety
güvenli bir yere
until I could
götürdü.
summon up enough power to heal
Güçlerimi yeniden
myself.
celbedip kendimi
And
iyileştirene kadar.
Lot Yonan?
When Cerun carried me away, he was frozen in stone, like a statue. To my knowledge, the spell cannot be reversed.
You nod slowly. You don't have the strength to say anything else right now.
Peki ya
Your
yoldaşın?
companion, won't he sit with us and introduce himself?
O Silver Surfer'a benziyor.
Hey, you up there! Can you even hear us with that bucket on your head?
Cerun is mute, and he won't do you any harm unless I command him to. And as long as you treat him with courtesy, dwarf.
Boindale seems to briefly weigh up his chances against the two of them.
I decide when I'm courteous. Just don't get in my way. And the orcs are mine.
Şimdi ne yapacaksın diye
What will you do now?
soralım ablaya.
Leave this place. I'm not so foolish as to believe that I could restrain the perished land or nod on. Why should I stay here?
Kalmalısın be abla.
Foolish, no. But cowardly.
You're on your way to the kingdom of the Secondlings, right? Then I will accompany you and leave Girdlegard by the High Pass.
We'll need all the help we can get. Nodon will have a lot worse in store for us than just orcs.
The Mager nods in agreement. Then she looks pensively at your rucksack.
Your rucksack? Why
Nodon
did
neden
Nodon
çantanı
want it?
istiyordu? Doğruyu söyleyelim ya, kadın
I was taking some objects to Goren,
dürüstlükten zarar gelmez.
one of Lot Yonan's family. He was murdered
Yeşil
at
Kayran'da
Greenglade
bir
by an
kara elf
elf.
tarafından öldürüldü. Bedeninin
There were
yanında güzel yüzlü
books
Turgur'a
Lying
göndermeyi
next to his
planladığı
body, which he
kitaplar
was
da vardı.
planning to send to Turga the Fairfaced.
May I see them?
You nod, take the books out of your rucksack, and hand them to her. She goes through the letter and the books, one after another, without showing any sign of emotion. Finally, she closes the last of the books.
Is that all? They are only sagas and travelogues from the Outer Lands, which tell of legendary creatures and myths. I don't know why they should be of interest to Nod on.
There must be something in them that's important to him. He destroyed a whole village for them, and the vaults.
Possibly. I'll study the books. But let's sleep now. Jarun can keep watch. We are still being followed.
Carun, sana güveniyoruz ha. Abla kuvvetliye benziyor ya. Güzel bir ekip olduk. Orklar peşimizde. Saldırı vereyim mi ki ya? Şöyle bir kayıt alıp. Şunlar da ork sürüsü, bunlar da. Bir daha gerisi saldıracağım. Saldıracağım
It
lan.
would seem that one of the army is. You have put out a plate of food for the night every evening since Jarun and Andakai joined you on your journey. But still, Andakai is sitting not far from the giant, studying the books. She looks up at you.
You think I will...
Yours is the god of balance, don't you?
Instead of disgruntled, you watch the Mager as she walks
Uyumak için
over to her
yatağına
bed
doğru
for the
yürüyor.
night.
Gözlerini
Your
Jarun'a
eyes
ve
fall
ayağının
upon
önündeki
Jarun
tabağa
and the
çeviriyorsun.
plate at his feet,
Tabak
on
silinip
which not a
süpürülmüş.
crumb of food is left. In the afternoon, with the sun low in the sky, the
O
path
seni bir
leads
dağ
you
kesine
through a
ulaştırıyor.
ravine.
Haritana göz
A glance
gezdiğinde
at your
ork
map
diyarı olan
suggests that you're
Tobaribor'un
near to
yanında olduğunu
Boribor, the
anlıyorsun.
orc realm.
Brakas lütfen
Fracas. May
bizi
we remain
zeval
unscathed.
gelmesin.
About a mile further on, Boindale suddenly stops in his tracks and sniffs.
Can you smell that?
Let's proceed with caution. Perhaps we can take a few of them out before they raise.
Birkaç tanesini indireceğiz, öyle mi? Bunu seçemiyor muyuz? 4 kişi olabiliyoruz. Niye böyle birden 3 atlıyor? 1, 3, 4 diye. Ha, birini kontrol edeceğiz, birini edemeyeceğiz gibi mi acaba? Deneyelim bakalım ya.
Idea.
Savaş pozisyonu.
What is it?
Sen burada bekle.
Of course.
Not a bad idea.
Up there! We have to stop them before.
If I have to.
course.
Feel my
you.
power.
Yeah. Huh? On my way. As good as done.
Geliyorum.
On my way. All right. Say goodbye forever.
Yok olun.
Good as done. I didn't hit you very hard. All right.
Now you've
neler
got me
yapabiliyor?
interested. If I have to. Feel my power. No chance.
bites the dust.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Geldik geldik.
This is going to hurt.
Bad luck for you. On my way.
This is going to hurt. What is it?
Next.
Not a bad idea.
Geçerim içinden.
Understood.
What is it?
Abla seni
You've
seçtim.
got me interested.
I didn't hit you
If
very
I have to.
hard. Too easy. Ow! Another one bites the dust. All right. And what now? Oink, oink, little piggies! I didn't hit you very
What is
hard.
it? Not a bad
Neler
idea.
geçerim.
Endlessly put up a fight. Oh, what bad luck for you!
And I didn't even
Say
take off my
goodbye
gloves.
forever.
Kill.
On my way.
Huh? Vile creature.
Huzzah!
Geç şunları.
Too easy.
If I have to.
Who's next? Ow!
All right,
Another
then.
one
That
bites
is
the
him.
dust.
Oho.
This is
Biz de ablaya dikkat edeceğiz. Ablaya dikkat edeceğiz valla.
Yes.
not a bad idea.
Huh?
Aynen zamanla artıyor doğru.
What is it?
Biraz kendimize gelelim şöyle. Boyndal biraz sıkıntılı.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
What is it?
Boyndal.
Huh? Yes?
Yavaştan hareket.
Not a bad idea.
On my way.
If I have to.
We have to.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
On my way. Uh-huh.
What is
İndir.
it? Say
What is it?
goodbye forever.
I'm with you.
I didn't
And I
hit you
didn't
very
even take
hard.
off my
At
gloves.
once. I'm with you.
Not a bad idea.
With pleasure.
Yukarı.
If I have to.
For breakfast.
What is it? This is going to hurt.
Yes. End it.
Who's next? Yeah.
Kaybol.
Killed. Understood. Uh-huh.
On my way.
Yes.
Goodbye forever.
Ha?
On my way.
Then
It's done. Of course. On my way. As good as done. Fire you.
Uh-huh.
what
And
is
again.
it?
Too easy.
Not a bad idea.
Yes.
Huh? Say goodbye forever.
Yok ol
Alright.
bebeğim.
Vile creature.
Bir de şöyle.
On my way. What is it? Who's next?
And I didn't even take off my gloves. If I have to.
Uh-huh. Killed.
What is it?
Gel
With
buraya.
pleasure. As good as done. On my way. Say goodbye forever. Huzzah! I didn't hit you very hard. Who's next?
Now you've got me interested.
Huh? End it.
No chance.
Killed.
Huh?
And I didn't even take off my
On my
gloves.
way.
Hey, how about some help?
And what now?
Nerede abla
Of
nerede?
course.
No chance. All right then, this is going to hurt.
Kız şurada.
Not a bad
Ay,
idea. If I have to. All right then. If I have to. This is going to hurt. With
I need
pleasure.
help over here. Quickly.
Too easy.
They're hitting me pretty hard!
Huh? I didn't hit you
Now
very
you've got
hard.
me
I need
interested.
help over here! Quickly!
Hardly put up a
Understood.
fight. Huh? What is it? Oink,
waste
oink,
of
little
time.
piggies!
And I didn't even take off my gloves.
He hardly put up a fight.
Understood.
Do you
Turuncu
think it's
kaç.
smart? Just letting me die over here?
Ow!
Not a bad
Another one
idea.
bites the dust.
Uh-huh. At once.
No
Yes.
chance.
And what now? He
And
hardly
I
put up
didn't
a
even take
fight.
off my gloves.
At once.
What is it? On my way. What is it?
Şuraya hadi.
Ha ha! I'm with you.
What is it? Feel my power.
Yes, on my way.
Gücümü hisset diyor.
And again.
Yok o.
At once.
Oh, what bad luck
This is
for
going to
you!
hurt.
Say goodbye forever.
Feel my
you
power.
with pleasure. Say
With
goodbye
pleasure.
forever. As good as
Understood.
done. And what now?
With
What
pleasure.
bad luck for
Now you've
you!
got me interested.
Yorulmuş olmalısın
I
koca
didn't
adam.
hit you very hard.
Alright,
With
then.
you. On
Not a
my
bad
way.
idea.
As good as done. On
Not a
my
bad
way.
idea. What is it?
Too easy.
If I have to. With pleasure.
As good as done.
Not a bad idea.
Yüklen bebeğim.
Killed.
Yüklen. Yüklen.
On my way.
No chance.
As good as done.
Understood.
Yes.
Feel my power.
Oh, bad luck for you.
Haydi haydi haydi haydi.
As
Not
good
a
as
bad
done.
idea.
Yeah. I didn't hit you very hard.
Böyle hepsini seçince şey
On
yapıyor.
my way. As good as done.
Bütün hepsinin o ilk özelliğini kullanıyor mesela.
Not a bad
Geçit
idea.
burada.
As good as done. On my way.
Not a bad idea.
On my way. As
Not
good
a
as
bad
done.
idea.
On my way. As
Not
good
a
as
bad
done.
idea.
We should go down into the caves and vaults. There'll be
Or maybe we should concentrate on finally getting
Devin
to
Ölümü
Ogre's
Kalesine
Death
gitmeye
Stronghold,
vermeliyiz.
Boindle.
Brindle.
You ignore the offended look
Arkadaşın
on your friend's
yüzündeki
face
alınmış ifadeyi
and
yok
set
sayarak
off,
yola koyuluyor
leaving
ve
the
Ork
Orc
dağlarının
Mountains behind
ardına
you.
bırakıyorsun. Kesinlikle. Cerun 7 oldu. Tungdil level 6 oldu. Boyundle'a biraz yaklaştık. Evet. Tungdil kısa sürede tüm saldırılarda %50 daha çok hasar verecek. Aldığı hasar kısa sürede yarı yarıya azalacak. Hasarı azaltalım artık. Biz şurada hasarımızın saldırı abi. En iyi savunma saldırıdır şeyiyle. Şuraya bir niye gidemiyorum onu anlamıyorum.
It would seem that one of the armies who've been following you since Lot Yonan's vaults has caught up with you.
Burada bekleyebiliyor muyum saldırmaları için acaba? Şöyle yapayım sana.
The path leads you through a ravine whose steep walls are mainly made up of loose boulders and scree. It takes longer.
Şurada atlatabilir miyim ki? Atlaşmıyor. Bu haksızlık. Bu haksızlık. Bu haksızlık.
You can already see the
Vahayı
oasis
bir
a
günlük
day's journey
uzaklıkta
away.
görebiliyorsun ama
But
öğlen
in the
güneşinin
glimmer of
pırıltısı
the
altında bu
midday
gerçek
sun,
mi yoksa
you're not
serap
sure
mı
whether it might
emin
not just be a
olamıyorsun.
mirage. But
Bir
the
köyün olduğunu
twins are
ikna olmuş
convinced that
durumdalar
there
ve
is a
başını
village
sokacak
here,
bir çatı
and
bulabilme
the
umuduyla
prospect of a roof over your
devam
heads for the
etmeni
night keeps you
sağlıyor.
going. The nearer you get to the oasis, the more the uneasy feeling grows that something's not right. It's too quiet, and you don't.
Haydi o zaman. Arkamızda orklarla. Siz kesin burada bekleyeceksiniz. Ne yapıyorsun sen orada ya?
Where is everyone?
Hello? Anyone here?
You all jump. You look angrily at Boindil, who shrugs his shoulders in apology.
Ateş yanıyorsa
This whole thing is probably a trap. We should...
ya yine zombilerle ya.
Pasna. I'm sure the citizens would greet you themselves, if they could.
You recognize the elf immediately. You saw him with the leaders of the orcs, and he appeared to you in a dream after Greenglade.
So we
Sintoras.
meet again, Tungdil. What do you think of my work in the vaults? It was a nice start, wasn't it?
An eerie smile sets on Cintharas's lips.
Wonderful. I can see the hatred in your...
Şu arkadaşı kullansak mı ya? Kullansak çok iyi olacak gibi duruyor. Bir bakalım.
Understood. Yes?
If
On
I
my
have to,
way!
End
with
it.
pleasure.
Yeah!
And
What
I
is
didn't
it?
even take off my gloves.
What
What
is
a
it?
waste of time.
Ah!
And
I'm
I
with
didn't
you!
even take off my gloves.
I'm with you!
All right then. With pleasure.
Pavrakas! And again. End it.
Huh?
Yok olun.
Say goodbye forever! And what now? Of course! Too easy! I'm
What
with
is
you!
it? Feel my power. This is going to hurt. If I have to. Not a bad idea.
Yeah!
Attack! At once.
No
End it.
chance. And I didn't even take off my gloves.
End it. On my way. Understood.
I didn't hit you very hard!
Pavrakas!
Who's next?
Kol.
Too easy!
On my way.
Pow! Another one bites the dust!
No.
He hardly put up a fight! What is it? Huh? Of course! Oink oink, little piggies!
Kaybolun be.
Huzzah! I didn't hit you very hard! Yes, yes!
If I have to. All right then.
Yes? End it.
Yeah!
On my way. Attack!
Yes, on my way! Pow! Another one bites the dust!
Kötü bir şey yaptım. Affedersin.
Who's on my way? Say goodbye forever!
Uh-huh. At once. Pavrakas!
And I didn't even
And again.
take off my gloves.
Understood.
What a waste of time.
End it. Attack!
Pow! Another one bites the dust!
End it. At once.
Yok ol.
Killed. On my way. At once.
Ha ha!
Understood. At once.
Gel.
At once. Huh?
As
Not
good
a
as
bad
done.
idea.
On my way.
Yes?
As good as done.
At
Not a
once.
bad idea. This is going to hurt.
Bad luck for you. Yeah. They are put up a fight.
Yıkın şunları, yıkın.
Power.
Of course. Yeah.
My power.
Luck for
No
you.
chance.
Huh? And what now?
Şöyle bir tepelerine.
Come here, you. Ha ha.
What is it? With pleasure. Feel my power.
Yes?
Who's next?
And I didn't even take off my gloves.
Uh-huh.
As good as done.
Tamam mıyız?
Huh?
Ekip.
Of course. As good as done.
Bu bizi iyileştiriyor mu? Boyunu da al. Hadi yaralandın gel.
As good as done. On my way.
Kız nerede ya?
As good as done.
Uh-huh.
Kız. Andokai.
If I have to. This is going to hurt.
Forever.
With pleasure.
Kill.
This is going to hurt.
Bad luck for you. I'm with you. As good as done. Come here, you. Forever.
Yes? On my way.
Kafandayım.
Understood.
Çok değil.
At once. End it. And again.
What is it? With pleasure.
No
What is it?
Şöyle.
Huh? On my way. Huzzah! As good as done.
What a waste of
Say
time.
goodbye forever. And what?
This is going to
what
hurt.
bad luck for you.
All right then.
He hardly put up a fight. Oh, what
Pleasure.
bad luck for
If I
you.
have to.
Oink, oink, little piggies! On my way! Bad luck for you!
Canım haydi.
What is done?
Bir şey kalmadı.
Bad luck for you! Hardly put up a fight! On my way! As
Not
good
a
as
bad
done.
idea.
Too easy! On my way!
Gel bakalım küçük elf.
As
Not
good
a
as
bad
done!
idea.
Şu el ne ya? Oo şuralarda şeyler var. Okçular var hala. Önce şu pislikleri halledelim o zaman.
Not a bad idea.
On my way! Come here, you! On my way!
What is it? Feel my power.
At once.
What a waste of time.
Yes? All right. As good as done.
Al canım.
I didn't even take off my
Oh, what
gloves.
bad luck for you! Ha ha!
Vile creature.
Come here, you very hard. I'm with you.
Gelin bakalım.
Of course.
If I have to.
Ow!
Yes,
Another
yes.
one bites the dust.
On my way.
Bad
I'm with
idea.
you.
If I have to.
Huh? At once.
What a waste of time.
On my way.
Andokai.
Understood.
I didn't hit you very
Not a
hard.
bad idea.
Huh?
On my way. Bye forever. Who's
All
as
right
good as
then.
done?
This is
Come
going
here.
Gel
to
bak
hurt.
hareketlere abladaki.
If I have to.
And
Feel my power.
forever. On my way. Come here,
going to
you.
On my way.
And
Feel my power.
forever.
Haydi artık.
Not a bad
The other
idea.
one bites
Güzel.
the dust.
All right
Of
then.
course.
This is
With
going to
pleasure.
hurt.
He hardly put up a fight. As
Not
good
a
as
bad
done.
idea.
On my way.
Gel.
If I have to.
Gel Ork
And
gel.
goodbye
Pleasure.
forever. With pleasure.
Power.
All right, yes. On my way. Bad luck for you. With pleasure.
That's a bad idea.
Say goodbye forever.
If I have to. That's a bad idea.
Oh, what bad luck for you.
End it. On my way. As good as done. At once.
All right, then.
Understood. As good as done. At once.
All right,
On my way. As good as done.
That's a bad idea.
Neredesiniz oğlum?
On my way.
All right, then. If I have to.
On my way.
Oo, böyle her defasında kaçacaksın mı sen ya?
As good as done.
Mesafe de uzak anasını satayım.
On my way. Yes? What is it?
What is it?
Nereye
That's a
gitti?
bad idea.
Understood.
Yes.
Yes?
What is it? On my way.
That's a bad
Bir
idea.
şeyin kalmadı oğlum. Bir şeyin kalmadı.
As good as done.
All right, then.
Huh? On
Not a
my
bad
way.
idea.
As
All
good
right,
as
then.
done.
On my way.
Yes.
That's
On
a
my
bad
way.
idea. All
As
right,
good as
then.
done.
This is going to hurt.
Sintoras.
That's a bad idea.
As good as done.
All
On
right,
my
then.
way. As
That's
good
a
as
bad
done.
idea.
On my way. As good as done.
Abi sürekli kaçıyor ya.
On my way. On
That's a
my
bad idea.
On my way.
All right, then.
On my way.
All
As good
right,
as
then.
done.
Feel my power. Now you've got me
Şu
interested.
kızla şey vuracağım. Uzaktan. Tek.
Retreat! Back! Why are you here? And how can you possibly still use magic?
The one person your master left living is the one you would least like to have as an enemy. Go on, little Alf.
Your magic
Her
saved you
kötülüğü
this
siz
time,
yapacaksınız ha.
but
Her gün
next
sizde.
time I'll be...
Göreceğiz.
I've had enough of fighting.
I've had enough too. But we've got several days in the desert ahead of us.
The longer we talk about it, the later we'll get to our beer.
Haydi gidelim bebeğim. Haydi. Bin puan kazanıldı. Arkamızdaki orklar yok oldu. Sankpur'u geçtik.
You've been traveling through the desert for days. The sand is simply everywhere. In your shoes, under your clothes.
Bir şey kalmadı, bir şey kalmadı.
With the last of the energy you can
Toplayabildiğiniz son
muster,
enerjiyle Devin
you
Ölümü
finally
Kalesi
leave
ile
the 40-mile
aranızda olan
wide
40 millik
sandbar
mesafeyi
that
geçtiniz.
separated you from
Deli gibi
Ogre's
esen
death.
rüzgar ve kumun
It
aniden
is as if
sessizliğe
you've passed through an
gömmesini
invisible
sağlamış,
wall when the
görünmez bir
raging
duvardan
wind and
geçmiş gibi
sand in
hissediyorsun.
front of you, an
Karşında
enormous
gökyüzüne doğru
massive
yükselen
towers
devasa
into the
kuleler
sky,
görüyorsun. İşte
the
burası
Blue
mavi
Range.
sırada.
The slopes
Dağın
cast long
çıkıntıları arasında
shadows
kurulmuş
over
Devin
Ogre's
Ölüm
death
Kalesi'nin
fortress,
üzerine yamaçların
which nestles
uzun
in the
gölgeleri
spurs of the
vuruyor.
mountain.
Üst üste dizilmiş olan 4
Even
savunma
from
amaçlı
this distance, it
taraçasıyla
looks
bu
impressive.
mesafeden bile
With its
ihtişamlı
four
görünüyor.
defense, the
İlk
anticipation of
defa gerçek
entering a
bir
real
cüce şehrine
dwarven
giriyor
city for
olmanın
the first
heyecanı,
time
attığın her
grows
adımla
with
birlikte
every
büyüyor ve
step,
gücün bacaklarına
and you
geri döndüğünü
feel the
hissediyorsun.
power returning to your
Artık
limbs.
başarmak üzeresin. Artık başardın Tungril. İnsanların arasında büyüyen, cüce gibi yetişmese de kanında, kalbinde, ruhunda cüceliği taşıyan Tungril başarıyor. Gerçek
My
bir
High
cüce
King,
oluyor.
You
Ulu
have
Kral'ın.
called me to succeed you
Beni
to the
tahtın
throne.
varisi seçtiniz.
Here
İşte
I stand
karşınızdayım.
before you.
Well,
Adamın ahı gitmiş, vahı kalmış.
before you are chosen
Süleyman
as the
Seba'ya
successor
dönmüş
to the High King, here, King Andegar, are the challenges that await you. Hordes of orcs are rampaging through the north and the west, and the perished land is stirring. It would seem that the Magi cannot sustain the barriers.
This gives us an
Bu
excellent opportunity
Alandur'daki
to
elflere
attack the
saldırmamız
last
için
elves in
büyük bir
Alandor.
fırsat. Güçsüzler.
They are
Bu yüzden
weakened.
harap
The
diğer onları
perished
baştan
land afflicts them.
çıkartıyor.
Let us
Hainleri
wipe out the
sonsuzdaki
traitors
yeryüzünden
once and for
silelim.
all.
Yes, right, exactly.
Doğru. Aynen öyle. Evet.
Madness. What are you talking
Bu
about?
çılgınlık falan
I do
diyorlar.
not recognize you, King Andegar, in what you are saying. The elves are inhabitants of Girdlegard. Has your hatred for them clouded your senses to the point that you wish to
Balendil'in
ignore the
bakışları
words of
tesadüf
our
eseriymiş
god?
gibi.
Belendelin's gaze falls, as if incidentally,
Dördüncülerin
on the
kralının
king of the
danışmanına
Fourthlings'
kayıyor.
advisor.
Or is someone giving you bad advice?
On the contrary, it was Bislipper who finally supplied me with the proof. A report titled How the Fiflings Lost the Gate. It was the elves that poisoned the brave Fifling warriors in their stronghold. A devious disease spread by the pointy ears in the shafts of the Grey Range.
Impossible. I always knew it.
Treason! I don't believe
They should
that.
pay for it.
the pointy ears!
Enough! Don't be so short-sighted! We are talking about the safety of Girdlegard.
Kralı konuşturdunuz ya.
We must reach out and forge a large coalition with the elves. Yes, and even with the thirdlings.
Her şey dünya
If we
için.
are to defeat the perished
Öfkeler falan bir
land.
yerde bırakılmalı diyor.
My High King, you cannot be serious.
Drivel from a dwarf who has grown too old in his post. Are we not here to choose a new High King? We have waited long enough.
Ortalık karıştı. Noel Baba.
It would
İşte biz.
seem you will have to wait a little bit longer. The second aspirant has arrived. Our guests must be tired from their long journey. The meeting is adjourned till tomorrow.
Oğlum prensmişiz biz ya. İşte bir cüce şehri. Tüm ihtişamıyla.
But why do you think that I...
Ama neden ben?
Everything will become
Her şey
clear.
açıklığa kavuşacak.
I've had a room
Sana bir
prepared for
oda
you.
hazırlattım.
Before you
Lütfen
take to your
yatmadan önce
bed,
Ulu Kral ve beni
please pay the High
taht
King and I a
odasında
visit in the throne
ziyaret
room.
et. Beraber gitsek. Heh. Önce ilerleyelim madem. İkizler.
Ah, Your Highness.
He, ekselanslarıymış. Az önce orada ne olduğunu bana anlatır mısın lütfen?
Heir apparent? What do you know? Spit it out.
A slight expression of guilt flits briefly across Boindill's face, but he's soon back to his old self.
A scholar as I king has something to it. You'll certainly have our votes, that's for
Hoca
sure.
diyor.
Boindall nods in agreement.
As High King, you could unite the kingdoms and get them to do battle against Nod On.
You look at your friends and aren't really
I can't be High King. I got all my knowledge from books and you're pulling my leg, right?
The twins' grins grow ever wider, and it would seem they can
Bu olacak.
hardly contain
Yapacak bir şey yok
themselves.
Tungdil.
Just talk to High King Gundrabur and Belendalin. They will explain everything.
Gundrabur ve Balendlin. Pek de sağlıklı
High
görünmüyor
King
diyelim.
Gundrabur seems, well,
Old? He is ancient. Even by Dwarvish standards. He has been old for as long as I can remember.
Belendalin has taken care of most matters for dozens of cycles. But Gundrabur always has the final word. His mind is younger than all of ours, I tell ya.
Belendalin should become High King. I was there when a runt took his arm. He still managed to kill half a dozen of them afterwards. What fighting spirit! We had to drag him off the battlefield.
The law requires that a firstling or a fourthling must be chosen as the new king of all dwarves. And, as the firstlings didn't turn up...
Ben dördüncülüm değil mi?
For the first time you have...
Ha ha ha! The secondlings are the best masons of all the kingdoms. That's how Fracas made us. Well, he made some of us into warriors too.
Boandal glances at his brother.
I think I'll continue to look around.
Etrafa bakmaya
Don't get
devam edeceğim.
lost. And tonight, we will finally drink a lovely...
You can't see the
Dibi
bottom.
görülmüyor.
When the
İkinciler.
secondlings named the
Mavi
Blue
sınırda
Range their home,
kendilerine
there was
yuva
nothing
seçtiğinde
here but
burada
hard rock
kayadan
and a
ve
few
birkaç
small
küçük mağaradan
caves.
başka bir şey yok mu?
Fantastic.
Bu inanılmaz. Gencolar, geçemiyor muyuz buradan? Şu kamera ayarı olmalı ya. Kabul salonuna sonra girelim. Buradan da mı geçemiyoruz? Geçemiyoruz. Kabul salonunda neler var bakalım.
Andikai, what is it?
I came to return these books to you, Tungdil. Luckily, I was able to make sense of most of it.
You observed how the Mager took time to study the books during your escape.
They are records from the Outer Lands. They tell of demonic beings from
Çorak
barren ground
diyardan
who
gelen
can
ve
take
insanların
possession of
iradesini ele
humans and
geçirip
invest them
onlara
with
büyük
great
güçler
power.
başlayabilen şeytani
Immortality,
varlıklardan
for example.
The Mager
bahsediyor.
nods seriously.
They speak of an axe forged by the Undergrounders called Keenfire.
Bir baltadan
It is said to
keskin
have the
ateş
power to
baltası.
cut through the flesh and bone of the living and completely destroy the demonic spirit deep within their soul.
Vay. Dış topraklar ve bu yeraltıcılar hakkında başka neler biliyorsun?
So
Önce
you
Nudin'i
think a
soralım.
demon from the Outer Lands has taken possession of Nudin?
He looked very different when I encountered him in Parista, and he rose from the dead even though you cut off his head. That can't be explained purely through the power of the perished land.
And he wanted to prevent these books from falling into our hands. That would only make sense if Keenfire had the power to defeat him.
Demek ki gerçek bir şey diyor.
Do you
Başka
know
neler
these
biliyorsun?
Undergrounders?
I have never heard of the Undergrounders, but I've been to the Outer Lands before.
It must be terrible. The hordes of Tion have marched
Tion'un
from there
orduları
against our strongholds
bin
for
yıllar boyu
thousands of
kalelerimize
years.
hücum etti.
It's not as bad as you think. It is certainly safer than a land in which a magus possessed by a demon is on the loose.
Where is this Keenfire?
I don't know if this weapon was ever forged. It requires rare materials and masterful craftsmanship.
Ben onu
The
döveceğim büyük ihtimalle.
purest, harder steel, stone barbs decorated with runes, a hilt of sigurdaisy wood, inlays made of all the noble metals, the blades studded with diamonds, smithed in the hottest forge.
We are dwarves. We have the most talented craftsmen.
And you have the sigurdaisy wood. It is amongst the objects in your rucksack, which is fortunate as there are no more sigurdaisies in Girdlegard. But even if you manage to forge the axe, it might all be just a fairy tale. It's too little to wager our lives on.
Başka bir şansımız yok ama. Nodun'a karşı tek şansımız keskin ateş olabilir. Hadi
We can
dövelim şu
get all the
baltayı.
missing materials as well as a gem cutter here in the stronghold. After all, Gandagar and his fourthlings are here. A stonemason from the secondlings, and I can smith.
The Mager looks at you thoughtfully, and for a short time it seems as though your enthusiasm is rubbing off on her. But then she says,
I wish you good luck, Tungdil.
You still want to leave Girdlegard, but what will happen to your realm and all the other realms?
I admire your optimism, my friend, but it isn't wise to stand in the way of a rolling stone. I don't wish to give up my realm, but I would only be prolonging the suffering unnecessarily.
But
You don't want to let the last Mager in Girdlegard go. Unfortunately, you can't think of anything that could cause her to stay.
many thanks, Honourable Mager, for all that you have done.
Belki bir gün yollarımız yine kesişir be.
A variety of cheeses, pickled cave mushrooms, toasted vault moss, and some smoked sausage. Mmm.
The intense smell of the cheese makes your mouth begin to water.
Kitaplara bakalım.
Goren found an answer to the
Goren'in
threat.
tehdide karşı bir çözüm
Keen
önerisi
fire.
var. Keskin ateş.
No matter
Dövmesi
how
ne kadar
difficult
zor
it is
olursa
to
olsun
forge
bunu
it,
yapmalıyız.
we must
Bir
do it.
iblisi yaralayabilecek
We
başka
don't know of
hiçbir şey
anything else that can
bilmiyoruz. Sırt çantamıza bakalım.
Sigurdaisy wood. Very rare. I guess Lot Yonan wanted it to examine or experiment with.
Demek ki şeyi biliyormuş bunu aslında. Lotlonan.
You are
Yatağa bak.
exhausted from your adventurous journey, but it would be
Aynen aynen. Önce ona gideceğiz zaten. Biz de şey yapmayacağız yani. Sadece bak diyor, baktık. Bakalım şu işin aslını bir öğrenelim. Koştur çocuk adam. Sonra görüşürüz ikizler. Tongdil yaklaş. Ulu Kral'ın meclis
The
toplantısındaki
power that the
kuvvetinden
old
eser
High King
kalmamış.
radiated when he
Vücudu
called the
adeta
assembly to
oturduğu
order
tahta
has
gömülmüş
drained
vaziyette
away
ancak
from him.
sana
His
ilgiyle
body
ve
is sunken in the
dikkatle
throne,
bakıyor.
but his eyes...
The lost son
Kayıp evlat
returns to his
halkına geri
people.
döndü. Irak'ta
Thank
şükürler olsun.
Brachus.
Yolculuğun
Tell us
esnasında
what you
neler
learned
öğrendin?
on
Anlat
your
bakalım.
journey.
You describe your adventure down to the smallest detail.
Yolculuğumuzu anlatıyoruz.
Neither the king nor his advisor interrupts you. From time to time they nod, as though they were already aware of certain facts.
Suratları niye ekşiyor ya?
Their brows become more furrowed with every passing minute. When you are finished with your story,
Hikayeni
you
anlatmayı
also have some
bitirdiğinde
questions.
senin de soracağın sorular var. Ben bir dördüncül müyüm? Tahtın varisi olabilir miyim? Büyük bir oyunun içindeymişim gibi geliyor diyelim.
What game is being played here?
Gandagar, as king of the Fourthlings, is to supersede me as High King, but his mind is poisoned with hatred towards the elves. He would probably win a war against them, but he would weaken us, and Girdlegard would not be helped by this. I was hoping for a great coalition with the elves, and even with the Thirdlings. I would have given anything to start the negotiations. In
Doğru söylüyor.
times of great need,
Tam
only the
Odin gibi
common
konuştun
gold
hocam.
can count.
And which
Peki
role have
bana
you planned for
nasıl
me?
bir rol biçtiniz?
Well, with you as a second aspirant, certain possibilities of protocol open up to us.
Ben bir dördüncül müyüm?
I don't want to appear ungrateful,
Nankörlük yapmak istemem.
and I'm
Halkımla
happy to
beraber
finally be
olmaktan çok
among my
mutluyum
people,
ama
but
taht
I
için
will
uygun
not
kişi ben
ascend
değilim.
the throne.
Gelenek ve kanunlar
I
hakkında
hardly
ne
know
hiçbir
anything
şey
about our
bilmiyorum.
customs and laws.
Öğrendiğim her şeyi
Everything that I
Lotlo'nun
know, I
verdiği
have learned from
kitaplardan
books that
öğrendim.
Lot Yonan
Benden
gave
daha
me.
uygun bir aday
There must
mutlaka
be more
vardır.
suitable heirs than me.
Your renouncement honors you, but to be honest,
Hak talebin
you
yok.
never had a claim. To stop Gandagar, we had to stall for time.
Lot Yonan helped us with our little story. We don't even know if you are a Fourthling.
The king's advisor misinterprets your unbelieving gaze and quickly adds,
We're
Bize
only
cin
being as
cüceler
deceitful
gibi
as goblins
dalavere
for one
yaptırabilecek
solitary
tek bir
reason:
sebep var.
to stave off
O da
possible harm to
halkımızı
our people.
zarara karşı
you
korumak.
feel as though you've been hit in the stomach. If this is true, not only have you lost your newly found kingdom, but Master Lot Yonan also didn't see it as necessary to inaugurate you in the conspiracy.
Gandagar elflerden neden bu kadar nefret
Why is
ediyor diye soralım.
Gandagar so...
His father and brother were murdered by elves. At least that's what's claimed.
No one knows the truth. just as no one knows how true this report about the fifthlings is. But isn't it strange that this letter has turned up now, just when it can play into the hands of the elf haters? Many dwarves...
Tamam. Onu
Your
nasıl
plan
durduracağım?
has a flaw. Even if I were to light up, I couldn't win. No one on the council will vote for me.
You don't have to win.
Belendalin points to the Steelies in the throne room.
It's written in our laws that the High King can oppose an heir if he isn't elected unanimously. He can then demand a duel or a contest in order to determine the winner.
Hadi düello mu yapacağız?
Such a contest could take weeks, if not months, and it would win us some time.
Gandogar başımıza gelebilecek en kötü Ulu Kral gibi duruyor.
I
Onu diyelim.
understand.
Gandagar's only liability is that he lets Bislipper whisper dark thoughts in his ear. The advisor is the problem, not the king.
A problem that I am fortunate enough not to have.
The High King smiles weakly at his advisor.
Gandagar is a good dwarf and a good king.
What kind of
Yarışmanın
contest
içeriği
will you
tam
have us
olarak
compete in?
ne? Ne yapacağım ben?
Gandagar is surely superior to me in many things.
Everyone in the council will write a task on a piece of paper, and from them, the contest will be drawn.
Çok iyi
And
ya.
this only once you have made a speech and have won over as many as possible in the council to your side. The more sympathetic the council is towards you, the higher the chances of a contest that fits your
Konuşma girince
abilities.
ilgimiz azaldı.
You're beginning to like this whole thing less and less.
Is this really the best for our people? If you cannot dissuade Gandagar from carrying out his plans, it could...
Don't worry. We'll open up his eyes and he will recognize the malice of his feigned friend. We just need time, and you must gain
Bize
it
zaman
for us.
kazandır diyor tüm dilden ötürü. Bilmiyorum
Alright
dedim.
then.
Tamam ya.
I'm ready to do it. But I will need all of your support.
You can be certain of it, Tungdil.
Belendalin smiles at you encouragingly.
You say Andakai may have found a way to defeat Nodon.
Dış topraklardan gelen ve
And she
büyücünün iradesini ele
suspects that the
geçiren bir
Magus is
iblisten
possessed by a
şüpheleniyor. Bu
demon
iblisi keskin
from the
ateş adı
outer
verilen bir
lands.
baltayla
It may
yok
be
etmek
possible to
mümkün.
kill this demon
Öldürmek
with an
mümkünmüş diyor.
axe called Keenfire. I have commissioned armor that is worthy of a prince.
Yok
It will
ya.
be delivered to your chamber by sunrise.
You say goodbye with a queasy feeling in your stomach. You always thought that you were articulate, but the prospect of having to make a speech in front
Yaparız be. Ben destek olurum sana. Balendin'e bak.
Vracus, who made the
Vrakas'ın
dwarves of
hücreleri taştan
stone,
yarattığı
has
gibi
himself
hücreler
been
de
hewn from
tanrılarının taştan
stone
heykelini
by these
yapmışlar.
self-same
Öyle bir
dwarves,
ustalıkla
a
işlenmiş ki öyle bir
masterly
heykeli
piece of
hali
work,
hazırda yalnızca
like one of
ikinci
which
taş
only the
ustaları
masons of the
becerebilirdi.
secondlings can still accomplish today.
Şurada Balendin'e de bakalım.
The High King's advisor has the build of a warrior. His eyes are like those of a bird of prey, and you can see a keen intellect behind them.
Gundrabur.
Even for a dwarf,
Ulu
High
Kral
King Gundrabur
Gundrabur
is
bir
very
cüce
old.
için bile oldukça
His
yaşlı.
long
Uzun
white
beyaz
beard
sakalı en
suggests
az 500
500 or
devire
more
işaret ediyor.
cycles. He
Zayıf
seems
görünüyor
weak,
ancak konuşmaya
but when you
başladığında
talk to him,
azameti
you
ortaya
feel
çıkıyor. Dikili taşta neler yazıyormuş?
You skim over the ornate
Süslenmiş ürünlere
rooms
göz
and
atıyorsun ve
look for the
Gundrabur
passage
ve
that
Balendin'in
Gundrabur and Belendalin told
bahsettiği
you about.
geçidi arıyorsun.
If there is more than one candidate from a kingdom, and none can bring together all of the votes for themselves in a ballot, the High King can decide whether to declare the candidate with the most votes the winner, or to have the candidates compete in a contest to determine the victor.
The coal fire is lit when the kingdoms meet for council. It has lain dormant much too long, until it was
Güzel görünüyor yalnız. Tamam. İkizlerle de konuşup uyku moduna girebiliriz. Dostlar,
Ah, Tungdil, what is it?
Ulu Kral Gandogar'ın taç giyme töreni ertelensin diye benden ona rakip olmamı istiyor. Önce Andoka'yı
Andokai
anlatalım.
deciphered what was written in. Nudin cannot be killed by normal weapons, but undergrounders have developed a weapon that might be able to do it. Keenfire.
Undergrounders? What's that
Kingfire.
supposed to mean?
You
Ateş
shrug your
kralı.
shoulders.
Maybe there are dwarves in the Outlands too. Either way, they have described how this magical weapon can be made.
If it's got anything to do with magic, the weapon cannot be dwarfish. We shouldn't go anywhere near it.
Nudin fears the books. I believe that Keenfire is our best chance of stopping him.
Aynen.
The High King
Şimdi Ulu
and his
Kral'ı
advisor
anlatalım.
don't know where I come.
Whatever happens, we will stand by your side, Scholar.
You're not sure whether the moral support of your friends will be much use in a contest with Gandagar, but it feels good not having to go through.
I think I'll continue to look around.
Don't get lost. And tonight, we will finally drink.
Ben yatmaya gidiyorum abi. Çok yoruldum. Her yere koşa koşa gittim zaten. Yanlış yere gittim değil mi? Evet. Yorucu bir gün oldu Tungril için. İnanılmaz şeyler öğrendi, inanılmaz şeyler istendi ve artık ayı postuyla kaplanmış bu yatağa yatıp dinlenme vakti onun için. Ve videoyu burada biz de sonlandıralım. Bir sonraki videoda dinlenerek yolumuza devam edelim. Bakalım neler olacak, neler değişecek Tungril için. Birlikte görelim. Güzel bir oyun, kitapımsı bir oyun, kitapsılaştırılmış bir oyun. Oldukça ilgi çekici. Yani ileride neler olacağını merak ediyorum ve videoyu burada sonlandırıyorum. Bir sonraki videoda görüşürüz. Hoşça kalın.